It's really unlike anything I've ever experienced. My freshman year, when I was redshirted, had the opportunity of being on the sideline and dressing out for that game. And it was amazing then, and it's just as amazing or more now, being a part of something that's so great and, viewed so highly among people all across the country, people that don't know anything about Alabama or Auburn. They know the Iron Bowl. And they know how important this game is to football.
We've seen the kick six replay over and over again. It's before the games. And do you think that at any point that can be almost like a detriment because you guys are reminded of it so much going to a big game like this?
I don't think so. I feel like, with a great play like that, it deserves to be played over and over again. Going into this game with, how important this game is, and we know how much we have on the line, that play or that game has no effect on this outcome of this game. We know that we're going to have to prepare as hard as we possibly can for this game coming up, and we know it's going to be a great one, and we're going to do everything we can to beat them.
How do you think they see it on their end?
They probably have some motivation, but right now there's a lot of teams that had motivation against us last year, and there's a lot of teams that we have motivation against. Those opportunities that we have to come out and just make plays like that, that's all the game's about. So, they might have a little motivation off of it, but at the end of the day, you gotta strap up your pads and you gotta play football, and that's really what all it's about.
What's it like, just on the field, in that rivalry game? Obviously, there's always back and forth among players, and you make a big play one way or the other. But what's the trash talk, and what's it like on the field?
Well, trash talk never stops regardless of who you're playing. It may be a little bit higher for, the Auburn-Alabama game, but, a lot of these guys, being from the state of Alabama, I'm not from the state of Alabama, so, I know there's a lot of experiences between different players that I don't personally experience that my teammates might, but, we really just feel it. We play for the guys beside us. We play for the people that are from the state. And, when you come to the school, you really just feel like you're a part of the state. And, your brand is Auburn. So it really just, puts us on high alert, to really play as hard as we possibly can and play for this town and, play for the whole state. And just really just get our name out there the best we can and just make plays.
Kris, you guys maybe don't have quite as much momentum going into this game as you might have thought you would have. Does that have any impact at all, you think?
No, the Iron Bowl is always the Iron Bowl. It doesn't matter what the record is of each team or anything. We're still going to come out and we're still going to prepare every day, like it's the most important game of the season, because it is. And that's, the most important thing for us right now, and just really doing all we can to get everything polished up and put on a great show come Saturday.
Kris, beyond the what's at stake in any rivalry game, in any one game, because it's the end of the season, do you look at the bigger picture of, all right, they may or may not be playing for the West at that point, it may already be decided, but for you guys, you could be trying to get into New Year's Six Bowl. Do you look at still what's at stake beyond just the game itself, where you can finish the season?
Well, we're in a great position right now to achieve some great things. Being able to play the teams that we played and beat the teams that we played has been great for us. But right now, in this point in time, it's all about Bama. It's all about beating Bama. We're not thinking on to the bowl game or whatever, however that may fall, or who may lose or who may win. It's all about playing Alabama and beating Alabama, and that's all we care about at this moment.
You mentioned how balanced their offense is. Just kind of unpack that. How difficult is it with a team that can run past delivery?
Well, anytime you have a team that can put up points like they can, running as well as passing, is going to be hard for you. But it's all about being disciplined, and that's when you're playing a team that's as balanced as they are. You do all you can to be disciplined, and a disciplined team really comes out on top. The most disciplined team. So that's really all it's about, and polishing up certain coverages and certain blitzes that we have, and just throwing things at them that they haven't seen us do, and we know that we're going to do that, and that's where we'll be successful.
How do Yeldon and Henry compare to some of the other backs you faced?
Well, they're great backs. But in the SEC we play great backs every week. not taking anything away from them, but you know, we see it every week. It's a pattern, you know, and just coming out and knowing that, you know, you have to hit and wrap up and run your feet every time you get in contact with a running back or a receiver, you know, it's really important. We know that we're going to have to bring our A game as far as tackling is concerned, and we know that we're just going to have to be on our best.
Kris,
How
as
much-
a player in a week like this, so important, and then you got Thanksgiving on Thursday. What's it like being away from home, and what do you plan to do, and what are some of your favorite Thanksgiving memories since you've been here at Auburn?
Well, my mom moved to Atlanta, so I'll get to have a short drive to Atlanta to go see her and hang out with her and my brother. But for the most part, it's just going to be all about watching film, settling down, hanging out with her when I can, but, you know, just really focusing on, you know, Alabama and just doing everything I can to maximize every opportunity that I have this game, because it's really important, just like you said, coming off Player of the Week thing, you know, that's really just a reflection of my teammates and, you know, how our defensive line has made it easy on us to, you know, run freely and make hits on the ball. And, you know, our coverage guys in the back end, you know, really locking down receivers and giving us opportunities to make the play, like the interception I got when JJ, you know, made the play on the ball. It's a really, really good opportunity that I have here, you know, and, you know, we're all really blessed to be able to come out and play this game that we love and have some time to, you know, be with our families.
How much different dimension does Blake Sims bring than you've seen the last couple of years with AJ?
Well, definitely his feet. His running ability is definitely something that you know, that he brings to the table. He's a really smart guy. He's an older guy. You know, even though he hasn't been the starter, but you know, he definitely, you can tell by looking at him on film and everything. He, you know, makes defenses be on their A game, and you know, we know that we're going to have to be on high guard, you know, for things that we're not used to seeing out of Alabama, like maybe a few quarterback sneaks, a few quarterback runs, and him escaping the pocket. But we've played dual threat quarterbacks before, and we know that we're just going to have to be ready for him.
And Amari Cooper had a pretty good game against y'all last year, but it seems like he's elevated his game a little bit this year. How big a challenge is he for defense? And what's your
Really big of a challenge. He's a really fast guy and with great hands and everything. Maybe one of the best receivers we see this year coming up. So, you know, they have great players every year. You know, there's not really much to say about it. It's the SEC, but you know, just making sure that we have our coverages right and work with each other as far as where we're supposed to be and how we're going to handle him.
In line with that, you know, how much do you, as linebackers, take on yourselves to, you know, help out your you know, secondary with Cooper specifically? How much do you have to be aware of where he is? Everybody be aware of he is on the field.
Well, when they say linebackers are the quarterback of the defense, you know, it's true. We definitely have to know where he is at all times. We have to know where our coverages are rolling down to, and we have to be able to really look at our guard reads and everything and know when it is pass, because when there is pass, you do have to get back in the drop, you know, when they have a play action or something, to kind of tighten the window of, you know, the space that the quarterback has to throw to players like Amari Cooper and other receivers, other talented receivers that they have. So that's the best way we can help them, and as well as just communicating when we do have checks and different calls that we'll get polished up this week.